What's up everybody? We're back with another video. Today we're going to be going over how to wash the Charger. You can see there's bugs on it. It's pretty nasty, so we're going to go through that. Most of the reason I wash for the weekend is going to be the brake dust, but we'll get into that in the video. Because I know a lot of people have asked, how do you wash it? Because you know, going through a car wash is not good. So what do you do to keep it clean and keep the paint looking perfect? Well, we're getting into that right now.
All right, guys, as we get to the wash phase, we're going to go ahead and rinse the wheel wells, tires, and wheels. Now, the wheel wells may not be dirty and they may not need to be scrubbed, but I just go ahead and blow them out anyway. Pretty much the goal of this step is to just kind of get all the loose dirt and debris out. If you stand behind the car or behind the front wheel, you'll see a ton of black water coming from the brake dust. Brakes like these will dust heavily. So the car is pretty much clean as you can tell, but the brake dust is insane. So I usually wash it almost weekly just to do that, and I just go ahead and wipe the car down while I'm doing it. So my steps I use here is I'll use Dark Fury as the cleaner with a bucket of soap, and I'll take the wheel barrel brush and get behind the spokes all the way back in them wide tires, and then I'll follow that with the detail brush to get around the lug nuts and then those tight spokes. Some cars don't have a lot of tight spokes. My Camry has a ton of tight spokes, and it can be tedious. But overall, it just really helps the cleanliness, and you don't have those spots as much. Then I follow it with that wheel brush that I had right there. It just gets the wheel facing really nice and clean. Now, the reason I do the wheel barrels, not just the wheel facings, is you'll see some cars, the wheel face is just super clean, super black. And behind it, you can just see it's like brown, orange, or it's just dirty. You can just tell like they did not try. And you can see almost the lines that where they clean and where it kind of went into the wheelbarrow, and you can see the clean dirty line, and it just looks horrible versus just being a solid black looking like a brand new wheel. But I just use Dark Fury. Great product. I didn't clean my tires this time because I only do that about once a month. They don't really need it every day. So here I go ahead and I start washing, rinsing the car off, getting the loose dirt off. You can kind of see I have a ceramic coating. I'm kind of showing Maddie how that works here. And the water's just running off. So sometimes it's hard to keep the car wet for a wash, but it's really good when it's raining. And then Maddie's going to go ahead and foam it up. This was her first time using the foam cannon. I think she enjoyed it, so she's going to be the professional foamer. She didn't have any mess ups except about right here where I try to go ahead and start cleaning, and she about foams the crap out of me. But, you know, this is two people doing it, but you can do it with one person. And I go ahead and follow it with the detail brush, and I'll go between cracks and crevices. Like right there on the grill, my wash mitt's not going to get in between there very well. Emblems, badges, gas caps, like headlights, tail lights, the window seals, places like that. I go ahead, even under the door handles like that, and go ahead and clean them out with the brush because the mitt's not going to get there as well. So I just go ahead and do it with a brush just to make sure it's as clean as possible. Now I'm going to go ahead and start the 2-bucket method. The way this is supposed to work is a body panel, flip, do another body panel, rinse in a bucket of just clean water, dip it into a bucket of your soap, and then go do another body panel. So pretty much one body panel, flip, another body panel, rinse, soap, repeat the whole process. Sometimes it's a little hot outside and you're racing the sun to keep the soap from drying. So sometimes I'll do the roof and the windshield, then flip. And then I'll go to the hood, and then I'll go ahead and, like I'm doing now, rinse, wash, repeat, whatever. So what I use here is I use car soap. I think I'm using the Adams soap here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I use the Adams car shampoo. I would not use Dawn dish soap on a car like this. I really wouldn't recommend it for any cars because you don't want any soap drying on the car. But if you have, you know, oh my God, the soap's drying. I've had this car soap dry on some cars that I've cleaned. And, you know, I'll go back, wet it, and rewash those. We wash those areas. But you definitely don't want Dawn dish soap doing it because it's made for dishes, as the car shampoo is obviously made for cars. So you want to go ahead and just go around the whole car, get it nice and clean, rinse it off, and then just dry it from there. So the ceramic coating, I really do recommend. It's really good for keeping it clean. As you can tell, it stays clean throughout the week. While it's raining, it really prevents a lot of water spots. And this car, I had to wash it the other day because I had some bird poop on it and I did not want it on there. And it started raining as I was washing it. So I didn't get to dry it. And I had water spots on the hood. And it actually came out, you know, I had to put a little bit of elbow grease, but I was able to get those water spots out. And it just overall just helped me avoid a very painful thing of trying to fix. So I would definitely recommend getting a ceramic coating if you have the option to do so. It really does fantastic stuff. And it's a lot easier to wash the stuff off. You can see the soap's just running off, water's just running off. It helps save a lot of time on cleaning, and it's overall a really good product. So here I get the Pro Blowout. This is, you know, simulating wind on the car. You can use a leaf blower. I just had this for my detail and services. And I was just showing Maddie how, you know, say you're driving down the car and you're hitting wind, it's just going to blow it off. So once you leave the rain, that's going to happen. It really helps when you're trying to dry the car off and you ain't got those little stubborn spots where you're just having to really push the water. It's just falling off the car as you go over it with this thing. So this is really, really good for that. And then Maddie got a few after shots, and you can see just how reflective it is after the wash. And this is my favorite part of the wash, is seeing it turn to this beautiful, beautiful shiny thing. And then that's just the perfect clean car wash.
All right, guys, so that's how I wash my Charger. Pretty self-explanatory, but if you want me to go further into detail, we can do another video a little bit more into what products I use, where I get them, stuff like that. But it's a simple process. It takes, you know, if you do it right, about 30 minutes to really get into a deep clean. To wash this one, though, I usually get, you know, 20 minutes. The wheels take the majority of the time for me because it's just the little spokes. But the washing of the paint's not hard. It's pretty easy, and it's way better than going through a car wash, because in the end, the paint stays clean, it stays shiny, and it stays scratch-free. Because once you get the scratches on, it's about $500 to get them polished out, and it's just not worth it. So if y'all want any more further into detail stuff, like I said, just let me know in the comments, and we'll go into that. That sound good?
Everybody.
Ah!